Bridges are necessary because they connect two coasts, two civilizations, two regions, and two cities. They transport food, water, automobiles, and people. Bridges throughout Europe can be works of art, and we've compiled a list of the most gorgeous ones for you. The Glenfidden, Scotland. For any Harry Potter enthusiasts and aspiring Hogwarts students, this giant curving viaduct is an icon scene. Even if the Hogwarts Express hadn't been seen chugging along the track on its route to the famous School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, this viaduct would be worthy of being a landmark in its own right. The viaduct overlooks the waters of Loch Shiel and the Glenfidden Monument, providing spectacular views. This railroad viaduct, completed in the 1890s, was the first mass concrete building in the United Kingdom. The overpass is still in good form, now thanks to this creative construction style. The 25th of April Bridge, Portugal. The 25 de Abril Bridge is a suspension bridge that connects Lisbon, Portugal's capital, to Almada, a municipality on the Tejo River's left bank. It opened on August 6, 1966, and in 1999, a train platform was constructed. It is frequently likened to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, USA, because it is a suspension bridge with similar coloration. It was actually built by the same company that built the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, not the Golden Gate, which explains the design similarities. It is the world's 23rd largest suspension bridge, with a total length of 2,277 meters. Salazar Bridge was the name of the bridge until 1974. The Tower Bridge, London. Tower Bridge is a movable bridge of the double-leaf bascule drawbridge type that connects the Greater London boroughs of Tower Hamlets and Southwark across the River Thames. It is a distinguishing landmark that complements the Tower of London in terms of aesthetics. In 1894, the bridge was built. It measures roughly 800 feet in length and has a 250-foot wide aperture. The two towers of the building stand 200 feet above the Thames. A pair of glass-covered walkways run between the towers and are popular with tourists. The walkways were built to allow pedestrians to cross the bridge while it was being built, but they became a hangout for prostitutes and criminals, so they were closed from 1909 until 1982. The Tower Bridge was powered by steam-driven hydraulic pumps until 1976, when electric motors were installed. The steam power system is currently on display as a tourist attraction. The Pont du Gard Bridge, France. In Vers Pont du Gard near Remoulins, in the Gard department of southern France, the Pont du Gard is an old Roman aqueduct bridge that spans the Garden River. It is part of the Nines Aqueduct, a 50-kilometer Roman-built conduit that transports water from a spring and uses to the Roman town of Nemesis. Because of the mountainous terrain between the two places, the aqueduct, which was primarily built underground, took a long twisting route that required the construction of an aqueduct bridge. The Pont du Gard, which was built in the 1st century AD, is the tallest of all Roman aqueduct bridges, and together with the Aqueduct of Segovia, one of the best preserved. It was added to UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites in 1985 because of its historical importance. The Vasco da Gama Bridge, Lisbon, Portugal. The Vasco da Gama Bridge spans the Tagus River in Parque das Nações in Lisbon, Portugal's capital, and is flanked by viaducts and range-views. With a total length of 10.7 miles, it was Europe's longest bridge. With a length of 18.1 kilometers, the Crimean Bridge is now Russia's and Europe's longest bridge. The bridge was completed in February 1995 and opened to traffic on March 29, 1998, just in time for Expo 98, the World's Fair commemorating the 500th anniversary of Vasco da Gama's discovery of the maritime passage from Europe to India. The Garabit Viaduct, Cantal, France. By the end of the 1870s, Gustave Eiffel and Cie, the company he founded with Théophile Sérade, had established itself as one of the major French engineering firms. When it was proposed to build a railway between Marvejols and Nussards in the Cantal department, The work of constructing a viaduct to cross the River Trier was given to Eiffel without the usual process of competitive tendering on the recommendation of the State Highways Department engineers, because the technical problems involved were similar to those of the Maria Pia Bridge over the Darro in Porto. The Old Bridge, Bosnia and Herzegovina. The Old Bridge in Mostar, Bosnia and Herzegovina, is a restoration of a 16th century Ottoman bridge that spans the river Neretva and connects two areas of the city. The old bridge stood for 427 years until it was demolished by Croat forces during the Croat-Bosniak War on November 9, 1993. Following it, a reconstruction effort was started, and the restored bridge opened on July 23, 2004. It was created by Mimar Haradin and is one of the country's most identifiable landmarks. It is also considered one of the most exemplary pieces of Islamic architecture in the Balkans. The Puente Nuvo Bridge, Ronda, Spain. The new bridge is, together with the bullring of the Royal Cavalry Order of Ronda, symbol and soul of the city. There were two great ideas in order to build this bridge. The first of them was thought in 1735, being King Philip V, consisting of a 35 meters diameter arch, and whose works finished only 8 months later. The Millau Viaduct, Aveyron, France. The Millau Viaduct spans the Tarn Valley at Millau in southern France and is a cable-stayed bridge. It is the world's tallest bridge, with one mast peak rising 343.0 meters above the structure's base. It was designed by French structural engineer Michel Verlojux and British architect Norman Foster. With a distance of 270 meters between the road deck and the ground below, it is the world's 12th highest bridge deck. The A75-A71 autoroute access from Paris to Montpellier includes the Millau Viaduct. The project cost around €400 million to build. It was formally opened to traffic on December 16, 2004, after being formally inaugurated on December 14, 2004. The bridge has long been considered one of the greatest engineering feats of all time. The Bast Bridge, Lohman, Germany. The Bast is a rock formation in Germany's Elbe Sandstone Mountains that rises 194 meters above the Elbe River. The jagged rocks of the Bast, which rise to a height of 305 meters above sea level, were produced over 1 million years ago by water erosion. They are the main landmark of the Saxon-Switzerland National Park and are located in Rathen, not far from Pirna, southeast of Dresden. For nearly 200 years, the Bast has been a popular tourist destination. A wooden bridge was built in 1824 to connect numerous boulders for visitors. The current sandstone Bast Bridge was built to replace this bridge in 1851.